The second manhunt starts in the Dixmoor asylum, where the security system malfunctions after the building got hit by lightning. As the residents are making a mess, the nurses are trying to keep control of the situation. Then we see our protagonist in the psycho section, absolutely strangling the shit out of Dr. White. His name is Daniel Lamb, by the way, and he's accompanied by another inmate, Leo Casper. Living with the opportunity, they try to leave the facility without hurting any innocent people.
Idle hands are the tools of the devil. That's why I jerk off.
Ah, never mind. The duo's destination is Danny's old home, or whatever left of it. Here Danny administers some kind of medication, in the hope of regaining some of his old memories, because he has no idea how he ended up in the asylum, or who he really is. Wasting no time, they start investigating in the biggest shitholes in existence, while they are being chased by the agents of the project.
Give it up, asshole! You are shit out of luck!
The first person they contact is Judy Sander. She works for the project and gives Danny the keys to a safe house, where he relieves an old memory. 6 years ago he wanted an implant, called the Pickman bridge, to be removed from his head, but this confrontation left his former friend dead. These dudes really tried to kill us with a flare gun. Pathetic. Bro, he ain't gonna wake up. Then he tries to contact Judy one more time, but in the meantime she resigned from the project, which gets her killed on the spot. These facial animations are scarier than the game itself. After a couple of blackouts, the duo is trying to capture Pickman, the head scientist for the project. As they interrogate Pickman, the story is starting to unfold. Daniel was a scientist working on the Pickman project, and he volunteered to be the test subject to pay off his family's debt. This so-called Pickman project was a brain implant containing the mind of a serial killer, Leo Casper. Pickman dies, and the last person who can help us is Dr. White. After we find her, she lurks and sedates Danny like a pro. Then she reveals the obvious. The implant malfunctioned early on, resulting in a split personality. So the main idea behind this project was to create the perfect weapon, a killer with no memory, triggered at will. Dr. White was working to repair the damage when we were in the asylum. It's not like she told us anything in the beginning to help our case, right?
Don't let him control you!
At this point Danny needs to relive his memories, and Dr. White shows him why he needs to get rid of Leo. Leo killed Danny's wife because he wanted to erase Danny's past. In response, the project torched Danny's house, erased his memory, and took away his kids, while he was taken to the Dixmoor asylum. The last part of the game is about Danny trying to free his mind once and for all. This segment takes place in the Weary Pines Cemetery, where his wife was buried. Here we confront all of those we killed before, including Pickman, his friend Michael, and his wife as well. Danny lays her to rest to be free from the guilt he feels over his wife's death. Then he takes down Leo. Danny regains consciousness in the middle of nowhere, without knowing his name. Then he reads the envelope next to him. His name is David Joyner, and his address is at Hope Street. Then he walks away to start a new life. Ah, shame. He could have been a professional boxer.